Welcome back. We realized something, me and Petya, which it requires a long video, but I'm not sure if I will be able to. And it's funny because we have been thinking, imagining, feeling the war between not only twin flames but both energies, cold and warm, sun, moon, God, devil, okay, mother and father, brother and sister. But in reality, we actually don't have a war between each other. We actually love each other. And the biggest physical manifestation of these two energies is twin flames. Twin flames are really the core, showing that we really don't hate each other in reality. We actually love each other. We just suppress it and try to run away from it. Obviously, it doesn't really matter if you guys are really twin flames or not, because you are still playing the game, whether it's real or not. You're still playing the game or pretending that you are against each other. You understand? It's not just about twin flames, it's about man, woman, the fight between man and a woman, the fight between a brother and a sister, the fight between the sun and the moon, the cold and the warm, and God and the devil. But in reality, we need both. If you say that we only need God and we don't need the devil, then you are wrong. Because we need the yin and the yang to survive, to achieve balance. Now, I'm not saying anything in particular. I just want to open you up, to show you a different reality. As soon as you realize that there is no war between two energies, life will be much easier, and maybe war will finish. Maybe, if everyone realizes this. Because in reality, you do not hate only your twin flame. Actually, it's not just twin flame. It could be your sibling, anything. For example, you wish very deep within your heart that the war should be finished, that there is no war. And the only thing that makes this truthful is when you use your intuition 100%. When you are in intuition mode. I'm going to start calling like this. Intuition mode is when you are completely being used by intuition. Nothing else. No thoughts. No nothing. Just pure intuition. And almost no one can achieve this. That's why I made a video about intuition for men, or intuition for yin people. Meaning, because men usually are unable to use their intuition, it's very difficult. But this video is not just for men, it's also for women. I made this video, it's on this channel. If you want, you can check it out. It's not even popular, the video whatsoever, because it's not interesting, I guess. But for me it is, and for many people who really cannot stand their head, it's full of thoughts, they just cannot give a break to themselves. If you watch this video, it's going to help you. Whether you are a woman or a man or yang or yin, doesn't matter. It's going to help you. Anyways, I speak in this video that the first 5 minutes upon waking up, you are using intuition to 100%. Only 5 minutes. After 5 minutes is gone. That's because we are lagging. We are still coming out from the source and coming back to earth, and the ego starts to embody us once again. So, supposing that you had a great sleep, supposing that you slept enough hours, and supposing that you wake up happy or neutral, you are going to have 5 minutes of pure intuition, 100%. What happens? I want you to think about, during this time, to think or feel about someone that you truly hate and you have been hating so far. I bet that you wish you didn't hate this person, that you wish you were friends again or together or whatever. But after these 5 minutes pass, you are going to reconvince yourself that you actually are doing good to be hating each other and to be separated and to be in war. whoever this person is. Can be your parents, can be your sibling, can be your twin flame, can be even temperature. If probably you hate the cold or you hate the heat, doesn't matter. You are actually not hating in deep within. You are in love, because twin flames are the pure expression of these two energies. They come from the same seed, meaning they are one. They are one, and they were once one, and they are going to be one again. So why to keep the war? You understand? You can stop it right now. I know your other counterpart didn't understand this yet, and it's still in war. Who cares? But at least you understood this. It's going to be much more peaceful. Just remember, there is no war. And just like this music from the Beatles, I think, imagine if, there was only peace in the world, and we were all one, and there was no God, no devil, no nothing. It was just paradise or something. That's paradise, is when both energies are one here, because now they are not. But if we are here and we think they are, it's gone. Everything will be paradise, because it's not only you who has to believe this, everyone has to believe this. I understand it's almost impossible, but anything is possible, and the more people think like this, the better. Now, I'm not saying to be naive and to misregard, like, there's war, and you think, it's not, and they're killing each other. I'm not telling you to be naive. I'm just explaining you to open the mind, and so that life can be easier to you. Yes, war still exists. We are still killing each other. There's everything. But if you realize this, and your twin as well, and it doesn't matter, your dog already realized this. If we realize this slowly, then things are going to calm down eventually. Also, the Taoist people, they do realize this, and life is much more easier for them than for us. I say for us because we are also, we realize this, and we know very well that sometimes we have weaknesses, and we still tap into the war between personal war, collective war, nation-wise war. But anytime we remember that there's no war, we get peace within. That's the most important. If you get peace within, and anything else is okay for you, it's going to be much easier. You're going to understand this much further. Now, what we spoke here, this is just the superficial stuff. One day we'll make as well for the members much deeper. And to get there, just go in the description below. You can become a member in the Telegram or in the YouTube channel. We are going to speak about this much further. It's going to be much more important. Thank you so much.